Hey everybody, so today I am here to share with you guys our kindergarten curriculum for the 2021-2022 school year. If I sound like I'm over this, it's because I've already recorded this once, but my memory card didn't save it, so here we are again. So if you're new to my channel or my videos, this will be the second year of homeschool for our older daughters. Our oldest, Sophie, is going into first grade. Our middle, Remy, is going into kindergarten. So I have a little bit of experience, especially with kindergarten. Kind of have an idea of where I want to go, what works well. About 90% of the curriculum this year is digital, so it didn't make a whole lot of sense for me to wait for my materials. I'm just going to show you pictures because honestly, even when I buy this stuff, most of it's not going to matter because I'm not going to be showing you physical copies. So let's just go ahead and get started, because I know if any of you homeschoolers are like me, I like to know this stuff well in advance and kind of get my brain ready for what we're about to get into. So let's go ahead and get started. Just for reference, I live in Ohio. We have English language arts, which includes language, reading, spelling, and writing. Then social studies, which includes geography, history of the United States and Ohio, national and local government. Then mathematics, science, computer science and technology, world languages and cultures, financial literacy, health, which includes health, first aid, safety, and fire prevention, physical education, and fine arts, which includes music, drama, visual arts, and dance. So I have all of this planned out except for the arts and physical education. So if you need that, I don't quite have it, check back later. Might do an updated video with our art curriculum like I did last year. However, I do have the rest of it planned out, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to scoot over. That way I can go ahead and just put pictures up here on the screen. However, I will have links to everything down below. So I am putting pictures up here. Like I said, a lot of it is digital things that I will be printing off myself at home as we need them, as we go through the units. So I'm not going to be keeping a big stack of anything around this year. That's why I just wanted to go ahead and make this video, because these are the curriculums that I'm committing to at this time. Obviously, throughout the year, things change. I will make updated videos if I need to, just like I did last year. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go down the same list. So starting it off, English language arts, which includes language, reading, spelling, and writing. For Remy, we are going to start off with Kindergarten Reading Comprehension Passages by Kaitlynn Albani. I'm going to butcher names. I'm so sorry in advance. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just really bad at it. So I have purchased several things from her shop last year. I absolutely love it. I think she does an exceptional job, especially with reading comprehension. My most favorite worksheets I've ever found. So that's what we're using. And then also KinderGrammar by Tara West, which is also something that her older sister used in kindergarten. And it is just so well done. It breaks grammar down into really easy weekly lessons and slower pace, so they're actually able to understand. Can't stress that enough. So many of the traditional workbooks out there just didn't work for us last year, no pun intended, because they're just too fast paced. Like, they would spend like 1 or 2 pages on a concept like nouns and want the kids to be able to move on. I don't know. Maybe some kids can do that, but mine needed to spend a little extra time just really fine tuning that. So definitely appreciated this. The next thing is also not new. That is the reading lesson by Michael Levin, MD, and Charan, Langton, MS. This is what I taught Sophie to read with last year. Amazing. The best $25 I've ever spent. It was one of the subjects I was most intimidated by, and this book was just everything I could have hoped for more. It taught her how to read. She now can read very well. I can't recommend it enough. So since it did work so well, we're going to try it again with Remy. I have full hope in it. Breaks it down really easy for you. And because we enjoyed that book so much, the same authors wrote a book called Teach Me Writing. Writing was something that we really struggled with last year, finding something that worked for us. So I'm just really hoping, with how much I liked the way the authors executed the first book, I'm hoping they're doing the same with writing. So we're going to take a leap on this one and try it out. That moves us into social studies, which includes geography, history of the United States and Ohio, national and local government. So about this, before I get into it, there were a few subjects last year that Remy sat in on. Now, we did preschool at home last year for Remy. Her sister was in kindergarten. So for science, health, and history, she sat in and she listened to what we were talking about. And honestly, she even participated some as well. So honestly, I would not be surprised that she knows a lot of this. However, I still want to go over it, just make sure as a refresher that she absolutely does understand what she needs to know for kindergarten level when it comes to these subjects. So For social studies, we are going to be using KinderSocialStudies by Tara West. This is what we used with Sophie last year. Probably won't be a lot of new stuff for her, but I still want to go over it, even if it's just as a refresher. But her sister, kind of spoiler alert into the first grade curriculum, is going to be using the Social Studies for the Year by Education with an Apron, and also A River of Voices, The History of the United States by Blossom and Rue. Now, the River of Voices, that's not new. I actually purchased that with every intention to use it last year, just didn't get to it. And the Social Studies for the Year by Education with an Apron, that is new. Her shop is amazing. Amazing. I am so excited. There's so many things I want to purchase from her. I just could not be more excited for it. We are going to be doing the Kinder Social Studies as a refresher, and then she will also be listening into Social Studies for the Year and also A River of Voices with her older sisters. So just kind of wanted to throw that in there in case your kids are in the same position as mine. We had a great experience with Singapore Dimensions Math last year with her older sister, so I'm going to go ahead with that. They do have assessment tests. I will try to link that below the actual link to the curriculum if you're interested in giving your kids one of those. Based on that, I think we're going to start with KA and KB. With that system, you get a teacher book, a workbook, test book, and also quiz book. So it's kind of all encompassing. There are some like manipulatives and stuff like that that you might need for math, but as far as like work and curriculum goes, it's pretty much all there for you. So really enjoy that line. Next is science. Again, like I said, she sat in last year. So we will be using Kinder Science by Tara West as a refresher since she listened to this largely last year. And then based off of what Sophie learned last year in science and what I feel she is ready for, we are going to be skipping to second grade science by Tara West. So Remy will also be listening in to this one as well. So for computer science and technology, we are going with Beginning Computer Skills Growing Bundle for K through 2 by That Tech Chick. We are also going to be using the Coding and Robotics Big Bundle by her as well. They do have a Chromebook, which they will be largely doing this work on. They also have a desktop as well, so they will be able to know how to work a laptop, a desktop, and they also have iOS and Windows to work on, so they get both operating systems. So really hoping between all of this stuff, they get a pretty good feel for things. And we are going to start with the Beginning Computer Skills. And then once we finish that out, we'll move on to the Coding and Robotics Bundle. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I really feel like Remy is really going to enjoy it. She thoroughly loves video games or really anything techie. She loves playing on her dad's computer. I know she's going to love the desktop that he just built for them as well. So I'm very eager to see what she does in this subject because I think she's going to thrive. And the next one is World Languages and Cultures. I will say that the Social Studies for the Year by Education with an Apron has a ton of culture in it. It's the reason why I chose it, because she has such an exceptional way about going about social studies and teaching it. But I didn't want to stop there. So for World Languages and Cultures, we are going to be doing culture, and also culture, understanding, cultural appropriation, and then perspective through picture books. I'm going to choose Maddie's Fridge, The Proudest Blue, and Awesomely Emma. Those are all by Education with an Apron. Like I said, she makes exceptional things. So those are several things that are kind of like, like mini units almost, if you want to say that. I'd also really appreciate some feedback here. I am looking to introduce the girls to Spanish and also ASL, American Sign Language. So if you guys have any resources that you know of, especially if they're other educator based, I would love to hear about that in the comments, because I haven't quite found anything yet, but I do kind of want to introduce them to that and get them started and familiar with it almost. So the next thing is financial literacy. This is also a new subject this year, but we are going to be doing Money Activities by Saddle Up for second grade, and then also Shaking Up Social Studies Unit 4 by Jessica Travis. So the Money Activities by Saddle Up for second grade, this is like a smaller unit type thing, so I did want to do another one. And even though it is a social studies unit technically by Jessica, it still looks phenomenal. So we're going to do both of these. And I've heard a lot of people surprised that we're introducing this to kids, financial literacy. However, I would have greatly appreciated it. The only financial literacy that I got in school was how to balance a checkbook my senior year of high school. I really feel like if we can teach kids what money means, how to invest it, what it means to spend it, what it means to save it, anything like that, it could make a world of difference, honestly. It really could. I feel like you'd have more financially responsible adults by the time they graduated, or at least as much as you could be at 18 years old. Anyways, that's just my personal opinion. So we're not going to do groundbreaking work here. I'm not going to like try to explain Wall Street to them. We're literally just starting here. It's a starting point. So don't get freaked out if you see that. That's just, you know, an introduction really. So the next thing is health, which includes health, first aid, safety, and fire prevention. So we're going to be using the First Grade Interactive Health Journal by First Grade Garden. This just looks like a really, really great journal. The girls loved health last year, and honestly, I just want to take it a step further because I feel like health is kind of overlooked. All of these other subjects, obviously very important, but so is health. And I don't know why I got like one class on it in the 5th grade and then another one like in high school, and it was just all about sex ed, which is important, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, there's a lot more to it than that. So I really wanted to kind of dive in to the health subject and really take it home. So I really liked the journal idea because it could allow the girls to kind of elaborate on their own thoughts about things, but also the mindfulness bundle by Mindfulness Wellness Classroom. This has a whole mental health aspect to it, which is so important. I am an advocate for mental health. I do not say that often, that I'm an advocate for many things, but I would consider myself an advocate for mental health. It is a cause that's very near and dear to my heart. If you're not new to my channel or my videos, you understand why. And I think it's exceptionally important to teach that to kids. I wish I didn't learn the importance of it when I was 28 years old. I wish it would have been more talked about and more widely accepted when I was 5 years old. You know, like starting that conversation that early allows kids to feel comfortable to talk about it. So I think it's hugely important. That is one of the biggest reasons why I chose this one. And then also, I always point to it like it's still up on the screen, but I know I probably just talked for like 3 minutes and it's not there anymore. So the next one is Grade 1 Health Unit Bundle by Two Smart Chicks. Now this is Canadian based. It might look a little different. They might spell words a little bit differently, or, you know, the food suggestion might look a bit different, but that's because it is Canadian. However, I loved it so much, I really don't care. And honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. If I disagree with anything in the curriculum, just like with any other subject, even if it's American based, I just won't teach it to my kids. There you go. Easy as that. So yeah, that is everything for our kindergarten homeschool. Like I said, a lot of this is digital. I'm also going to link my printer down below. That was huge. Starting homeschool last year, I did not have a good printer. It took forever to print. I could have never done what I wanted to do this year, which is print off unit by unit as we need it, so I don't have just like a massive stack of piles sitting around waiting for me somewhere. I'm going to print this off as we go, and I am very much looking forward to this. I feel like it's going to be a lot less overwhelming this way, but I'm going to link my printer because it's absolute love. Could not love it more. I don't know why I love a printer so much, but I do. And it's not insanely expensive. I think it was around $250. I would pay it every single day. I can't tell you how many printers I've had that are supposed to be Wi-Fi capable, you know, just all this fancy stuff, and they never do it. It prints fast. It prints well. I can print from my phone, my laptop, you know, like anything, my tablet, everything. So, can't say enough good things. I'll link that below too. But that is everything for our kindergarten curriculum. And if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.